Today, we're going to be doing a bracket for the NFL playoffs, and this year, it's all over the place. No team is safe. Any team could lose to any team could beat any team, and we've seen that this season. I don't think there's a Super Bowl favorite, and I don't know who's going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm going to just figure it out right now. First matchup, though, Steelers-Texans. I'm pretty confident in the Texans right here. I think their defense is amazing. The last 9 games they've won, and all they need is a little bit of production from the offense, and that defense can carry them to a win. I just don't feel confident in the Steelers' offense, especially the receiving game. And against that Texans defense, they're going to have a really tough time. The next one is probably the hardest game to predict. So we have the number 3 seed Jags. I love Trevor Lawrence. I love their defense. BTJ needs to get going, but they also have Jacoby Myers. ETN's been playing well, and they don't even have Travis Hunter. But then you look at the other side. Josh Allen's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but he hasn't had... his team this year isn't as great as last year or the year before. And I don't know, because you want to trust the veteran guy who's been there multiple times. But then again, the Jaguars, they're just really hot. They're on a streak. And I could see this going anyway completely. It's a 50-50 shot. I'm taking the home field advantage with the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I will not be surprised if the Bills come in there. And then we have the Patriots and the Chargers. Patriots have had an easy schedule. And while I don't think the Patriots are going to go all the way, the Chargers are too injured. And Justin Herbert, he's played well. But that offensive line is just very, very injured. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. That's why I'm taking the Patriots. Then let's go to the divisional round for the AFC. So Broncos-Texans, that's going to be a crazy defensive matchup. I don't know, because honestly, the Broncos, to me, and to a lot of people, have been considered frauds, because their record is, they have a good record, but they're not as good as the record says. They beat a lot of bad teams in very, very close games with big comebacks. And while I do think it's very important to be clutch, you can't be down there in the first place. I don't know why I chose the Texans, but then again, the Texans, they don't have much experience, nor do the Broncos, honestly. To be honest, this is just a matter of whose offense is going to play better than each other, and I don't know. This one is almost as hard as the Bills-Jags. My gut wants to say Houston, just because I feel like they have a better defense, and I like their offense more. But then again, the home field advantage. I'm going to go with Denver. But again, I will not be surprised if the Texans come out. Patriots-Jaguars. Bunch of 2 teams who haven't been to the playoffs, or who haven't had success in the playoffs since, back when Tom Brady was playing. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with the Jags here, just because the Patriots, I feel like, haven't really played as many great teams as the Jags have. They just beat Denver. And there's nothing really much to say. Drake May, he's great, but he doesn't have as many weapons. And I like the Jaguars' defense. That's really not much to say about there. Then Broncos-Jaguars. Broncos would have the home field advantage, and Jaguars beat the Broncos. Broncos are going to be looking for revenge. And again, the AFC is so tough to figure out. And I feel like the Jaguars are going to be so hot at this point. They're going to be just I'm trying to think of team comparison. They're just going to be have so much momentum that I'm picking the Jags to go to the Super Bowl. I never thought I would say this. NFC side. Honestly, not really much of a debate. Panthers beat the Rams before, but Panthers, I love Bryce Young. Don't think he's going to do well this game. Or don't think the Panthers are going to do well this game. I think the Rams will win by over 14 points. Eagles, Niners, again, a really tough one. Eagles, they've proved that they're not as good as last year. And the Niners, their offense looks great, defense looks terrible. And honestly this game depends on how the Eagles offense shows up and how the Niners defense shows up. Because Brock Purdy's been able to play well, Eagles defense is playing well, but the Eagles have such a loud fan base. They are going to be yelling. It's going to be a loud stadium. That's why I'm taking the Eagles. Then Bears and Packers. I'm a Packers fan, but honestly, I think the Packers are going to win this. Now, hear me out. Y'all think I'm probably biased. The Bears lost to the Packers the first game. And the second game, the Bears lost to the Packers. Or the Packers lost to the Bears. And they had to have an onside kick to win the game just to go to overtime. And I just think Bears, I don't know, honestly. Packers, I love Jordan Love, obviously. And I trust him more in big games. Bears haven't made the playoffs in a while. And last time they've had a home playoff game, it was a double doink. Which is why I'm going with the Packers, just because more playoff experience. I trust Jordan Love more than I trust Caleb, especially when Caleb has been very bad the first half of the games and very good the second half. If the Packers defense just show up in the second half, the Bears aren't going to be able to come back. And I think that Bears defense is too much of a liability. Now going into the divisional round. Seahawks, Packers. Honestly, I do think the Packers could win this game just because it depends, honestly, how the Packers defense shows up. Seahawks had the best defense in the league, or maybe it's the Texans. I have no idea. But it's scary. Their offense, it's Sam Darnold. He will either throw 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, or 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I do see a way, if the Packers make here, that the Packers could win. But the Seahawks have a really good home field advantage. Their defense is legit. And it would have to be a really bad play of Sam Darnold and a really good play of that Packers defense to win them the game, which is why I'm taking the Seahawks. Then Eagles-Rams. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the Eagles. I don't think they're going to do well. That's why I think I'm going to take the Rams here. The Rams, their offense is crazy. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Matthew Stafford. I think Kyren Williams has been okay. They just need that defense to show up, and they need to rely on the Eagles not to play well on offense. If they can just expose this Eagles defense, they are winning by 10. Seahawks, Rams. Now, this is crazy. If you told me that the Broncos, Jaguars, Seahawks, Rams would be in the conference championship, I would have said you're crazy. But I have no idea at this. I think maybe the Rams just pull out because they have more experience. But then again, I don't know. Besides Sam Darnold in the playoffs last year, this is first time on the Seahawks. So I think the Seahawks defense is going to be really, really good. And honestly, it depends. Again, Seahawks offense, Rams defense, who outperforms the other. But just because of pure experience, I'm taking the Rams to win. Then, the Super Bowl. Jaguars, Rams, crazy, 3 and 5 seed. The Rams obviously have more experience than the Jaguars. Jaguars are going to be super hot. I think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford, great way to go out. And they've got Puka Nacua, Devontae. This team's legit. They have had some bad losses, but so have every team in the NFL. That's why I'm taking the Rams to be my Super Bowl, and this is my bracket. Thank you guys for watching, and I think I'll have a video coming out of the preview of the Packers-Bears game. But that'll be it.